I usually don't talk about unsolved cases on murderers in Ohio. However, someone asked me to do a video about a case, and I said I would look into it. Before creating the Murderers in Ohio podcast, I actually wanted to do a podcast about unsolved cases. However, finding information about unsolved cases is very difficult. So I can only talk about the things that I can find. The case that I'm going to talk about in this video happened in Warren, Ohio, which is in Trumbull County. The victim was 19-year-old Kammie Kiser. No one has been arrested for this murder. There has to be someone out there that knows something about this case. So let's talk about it now here on Murderers in Ohio.
So we got a killer on a run in Ohio.
This happened in Warren, Ohio, which is just east of the city of Cleveland. Warren is very close to the Pennsylvania state line. From what I can see, Warren is a decent-sized city. Now, between Warren and Cleveland is the small community of Windham. 19-year-old Kammie Kiser was a lifelong resident of Windham, Ohio. Kammie was born on January 12th of 2020. She attended Windham High School, where she was part of the class of 2020. In the early morning hours of Friday, May 12th of 2022, someone had called the Warren Police Department to report that shots had been fired outside of their apartment building. This was at the Warren Heights apartment complex on the north side of the city. This was around 2:10 in the morning. Warren Heights apartment complex has quite a few two-story apartment buildings with a couple parking lots. Now, the address that was given was 473 Maryland Street, Northwest. In this area, there are several buildings lined up, and there's a long parking lot behind the buildings. When law enforcement showed up, they did discover that there had been a shooting in the parking lot. Windows of 2 vehicles had been shot out. In one of those vehicles were 3 people. I had read in one article that one of the people in the vehicle had gotten out and ran into one of the buildings. All 3 people had been shot. 2 males, ages 18 and 17 years old. They actually survived the shooting. Then a 19-year-old female who died from her injuries. It is said that 15 to 20 shots had been fired that morning. Warren police got help from the Ohio State Patrol and Trumbull County Sheriff's Department at the scene. One thing that does need to be figured out is, was one of those 3 the intended victim? Or was those 3 just innocent bystanders who got caught up into something that had nothing to do with them. The names of the victims were released on May 16th of 2022, except for the name of the 17-year-old male. The 18-year-old who was shot and survived was Trevon Allen. The 19-year-old female who unfortunately lost her life was 19-year-old Kammie Kiser of Windham, Ohio. The Warren police chief stated that someone knows who done this. However, no one has come forward. I believe there had to be a witness to this. Even at 2 o'clock in the morning, there had to be someone else in that parking lot. There had to be someone looking out their windows. Now, one thing that I want to point out is that it said that 15 to 20 shots were fired. Now, depending on the gun, if it was a handgun, that shooter would have had to reload that gun, or there was 2 shooters that morning. If this attack was meant for one of those 3 in that vehicle, there has to be a reason. With Warren being so close to the state line and to the Canadian border, how far would one have to reach to find out the truth? Law enforcement and Kammie Kiser's family needs everyone's help to solve this murder. Kammie had only been out of high school for 2 years. Too young to die like this. She needs justice. So make sure you share this video. If you have any information on the Kammie Kiser case, please contact law enforcement. Thank you for watching this video. If you are not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button now to see more true crime from Ohio. I am Bill Swafford, and this has been Murderers in Ohio.
We got the devil on the run in